Good day. Here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has called for a continued partnership between the government and the private sector to strengthen the local tourism industry. In his message delivered by Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco at the Tourism Summit on Monday, Marcos lauds the tourism industry for its significant contribution to revenue generation, job creation, and economic growth of the country. He said the Tourism Department is on track to realizing its goal outlined in the National Tourism Development Plan for 2023 to 2028 through initiatives such as the Filipino Brand of Service Excellence Program that attracted thousands of tourists. The president also urged the private sector to bring the rewards of a thriving tourism industry directly to the Filipino people while reminding them to always prioritize environmental protection, care for all people, and prudent use of resources. In 2023, the DOT recorded 5.5 million inbound tourists, exceeding the year's target of 4.8 million. The department also recorded more than 2 million tourist arrivals in the first 4 months of 2024 alone.
This tourism summit has shifted its focus to become a venue for learning, expansion, and community building for our local entrepreneurs. As I've said earlier, we must make every tourist visit memorable, unique, and worthwhile. And we can do this by improving the products, services, and experiences offered by our micro, small, and medium enterprises. Wherever there are shortcomings, we must improve. Wherever there is potential, we must develop. Wherever there are best practices, we must replicate.
The Department of Agriculture is hopeful in achieving its rice production goal despite the risk of a more damaging La Niña. In an interview, the Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa says the department can still achieve around 20 million metric tons of production this year, despite the losses incurred due to El Niño and the expected damage of La Niña. The El Niño phenomenon has so far damaged 60,772 hectares of rice farms, equivalent to 134,828 metric tons in volume valued at 3.30 billion pesos. To minimize further losses, De Mesa urges farmers to adjust their planting schedules for an early harvest. Besides early planting, he also recommends early maturing varieties that can be harvested in 100 to 110 days or opt for flood-tolerant varieties. Weather Bureau Pag-asa says there is a 60% probability of La Niña occurring between June to August.
Ngayon, actually, ang target ng National Rice Program, nung nagpo-programa sila, 20.8 million metric tons. So, because of the improvement nga sa mga varieties natin at saka yung mga interventions. So, palagay ko papasok pa rin yung losses ng El Niño, La Niña doon sa projection natin. And we can still hit more than 20 million metric tons by the end of the year.
Meanwhile, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. declares the month of July of every year as Philippine Agriculturists Month in recognition of the contribution and dedication of agriculturists in the country. Under Proclamation Number 544, signed on May 10, the celebration will engage professional agriculturists in agricultural advocacy, policy research, and formulation. It also tasks the Manila School of Agriculture to offer both theoretical and practical education to skilled farmers and overseers to boost agricultural development in the country. Some good news for government employees. The Department of Budget and Management says qualified government personnel will receive their mid-year bonus starting May 15. The mid-year bonus is equal to an employee's 1-month basic pay, given to those who have worked at least 4 months from July 1 of the previous year to May 15 this year. The personnel must still be working in the government as of this date. They should also have received at least a satisfactory performance rating in the most recent rating period or applicable performance appraisal period. The mid-year bonus will be given to all civilian personnel, including regular, casual, and contractual employees, as well as elective and appointive positions. Uniformed personnel may also receive the mid-year incentive. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman reminds all government agencies and offices to ensure that the bonuses are released to their employees promptly and on time. The Department of Justice has affirmed the legality of the agreement between the Philippines and the United States on the peaceful use of nuclear energy. In a legal opinion issued to the Department of Foreign Affairs, the DOJ said the 123 agreement is subject to national laws and is not in conflict with the Philippine Constitution. It says the nuclear deal can be covered by existing laws, including the Atomic Energy Regulatory and Liability Act of 1968, Strategic Trade Management Act of 2015, and the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020. Justice Secretary Jesus Remulla also said the 123 agreement is consistent with the Philippine government's policy against the production, research, development, or military use of nuclear weapons. The 123 agreement, also known as the Agreement for Cooperation between the Government of the Republic of the Philippines and the Government of the USA concerning peaceful uses of nuclear energy, was signed in November 2023 on the sidelines of the APEC Summit in San Francisco, California. The deal provides the legal framework for the establishment of potential nuclear power projects, as well as the transfer of information and components between the Philippines and the U.S. In our weather news, remember to bring your umbrellas today. Pag-asa forecasts a higher chance of rain showers or thunderstorms throughout the country, especially in the afternoon. The Weather Bureau says the easterlies will continue to bring warm and humid weather in Metro Manila and the rest of the country. This will bring partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, which could lead to flash floods and landslides. The frontal system, where warm and cold air merge, will also bring cloudy skies, scattered rain showers, and thunderstorms over Batanes and Cagayan. Meanwhile, at least 40 areas in the country will continue to sizzle at a danger level heat index ranging from 42 to 47 degrees Celsius. Dagupan City has the highest forecast today at 47 degrees Celsius, followed by Virac in Catanduanes and Cabsua Pili in Camarines Sur at 46 degrees. Yesterday, Dagupan City reported its highest heat index so far at 50 degrees Celsius. Metro Manila can expect a heat index of 42 to 43 degrees. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account, via the News and Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph under the PNA News, or on the Facebook page of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. I am Marita Muahe, and this is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.